Right now at 8:30, we have something a little more serious to talk about. Yesterday, Aretha Franklin's estate was discussed in court. They found a handwritten will in couch cushions. Now, her sons both argued that they should be named co-executors of the will because their names appeared in a 2010 handwritten will, but then were crossed out in the 2014 document. So according to a 2019 survey by Caring.com, nearly 60% of adults in the U.S. do not have estate planning documents, such as a will or a living trust. So that opened up a whole bunch of questions involving wills, trusts, what should be included. This actually happens August to be Make a Will Month. Local financial professor Todd Baker is here today with tips you can use to get started. He's with Legacy Capital Planners. Look, I'm going to be honest, this is not the sexiest topic in the world.
Yeah, sure.
It's a necessary one, but I think because it doesn't get a lot of the headlines and the attention, a lot of people just put it off, don't do it, or maybe when they do come around to it, it's too late. I want to start with Aretha Franklin right now. This situation just shows two things. One, that you need a will or something. Two, how things can get really messy if you don't do it the right way.
Yeah, there's a lot of infighting in families that can happen, situations whereby one brother thought they were going to get this, a sister thought they were going to get that, and it really can cause delay, a lot of headache and time frame, and extending out the settlement of an estate.
Let's do a little lightning round here because I have a lot of questions I want to try to get through. First of all, and I'll base this off Aretha Franklin's situation, but then we can expand it to pretty much everybody.
Sure.
A handwritten will, is that valid or not?
Well, it can be challenged. It's going to be challenged. It's going to go to the probate courts, and they're going to bring a lot of heat to that. As the validity of that will, was it notarized, was it witnessed, all those things are going to come into play when you talk about that document right there.
Okay, so based on that, what do we need for something to be valid if we don't want to go through the process of hiring an attorney, doing all these types of things? What's the minimum we can do to have a valid will?
Well, we're going to want to look at naming executor. We're going to name beneficiaries. We're going to have somebody witness this document. Even a notary, we're going to have it formalized that way.
Does it have to be notarized?
And it could be state-specific in different areas. That's a good question.
But you should have a witness at least.
Absolutely. You're going to want a witness on those documents.
The other thing that came up with Aretha Franklin, and we just mentioned it, this battle over the brothers now who want to be the executor of the will. What's the advantage there?
Well, the executor is going to have control and play out that document and really take the wishes of that document, make sure they're done. So when you do appoint an executor, you got to appoint somebody who's trustworthy, somebody who's good in financial position, somebody that you can trust ultimately to carry out the wishes of the doc.
And if something is, look, I'm sure that the best scenario for an executor is if whoever wrote out that will goes line item by line item.
Right.
I want this to go here. I want this to be done.
That's right.
But if that doesn't happen, if it's more general, is it really up to the executor to interpret how this should be done?
Well, if there's challenges on the document, then that's when the courts are definitely going to get involved and try to delineate and incorporate some legal process to that document to try to figure out who, what, when, where, and how.
Okay, a couple other questions. Will versus living trust, what's the difference?
Well, in a will, you're going to name the beneficiaries, where the items are going to go to. Living trust is going to be more related to do not resuscitate, health care, power of attorneys for health care and assets. Those things are going to be found in that living will document.
Okay, so that's expanding into a much bigger picture.
It is, and it's extremely important to have those documents on base.
So the will itself, somebody like, maybe you're not, we think a lot about people that are older, obviously, when they pass away. Maybe you're younger in life. Maybe you're not married. Maybe you don't even know who to leave things to.
Sure.
What do you do?
Well, if you don't have a trusted family member or friend or confidant, you certainly can use a bank trust officer, a lawyer, and disinterested third party. You got to watch out. Smart Assets said that those entities can charge up to 5% for trustee services and/or services of that nature. But you certainly have other avenues to go down.
Yeah, that's the key, and that was my question, because a lot of people might not do it because they think this is going to cost me a lot of money. A basic will, does it?
Basic will, it's going to depend on the attorneys or the firms you're working with. There's a lot of services out there that you can use online to go to get a version done for yourself. But ultimately, I always stress, work with a local professional that knows the laws within the state that you're in.
And finally, if I don't do a will, I die, and I didn't leave my stuff to anybody, what happens to it?
Well, you die intestate, and the state that you're in already has a will designed for you. So you want to be able to write that document to have control. On our website, MarylandMoneyGuys.com, we have a great estate planning checklist to go check out and kind of help you guide where you should be.
So if I died today in Maryland and I don't have a will, the state takes everything?
They already have one for you. They're going to figure out where, when, how things are going to be sent out.
But that's probably not going to be what me or my family wants.
No,
right?
because you lose control. Your family's lost control.
That's what you want. All right. Hey, good advice. Thanks very much. If folks want to get a hold of you, where do they find you?
You're going to go to MarylandMoneyGuys.com. We have a great website put up and information out there for you.
Fantastic. Tucker, I will leave my advice.